Yo, question of the day, mate. Fuck, first off, gotta say this. Shout out to Sam. Done. Shout out to Dave, just done there. Shout out to that Sam cunt who was at the meet. Fucking get this, man. Went to bed at 2, got up at 6, trained at 8, did cardio, went to a meet, spotted and fucking loaded a whole meet. Just got home about fucking 45 minutes ago. Feeling G'd up, man. Even after that, feeling G'd up. G'd up on caffeine, G'd up on life. That's what I'm G'd up on caffeine, G'd up on Subway, G'd up on Skinny Cows, G'd up on ice cream, G'd up on life. Hashtag glucose. And Pepsi Max. Alright, so the question of the day was, how do you deal with getting fat? Boom, inbox, how do you deal with getting fat? I'm going to try and keep this bit of how do you get fat under 5 minutes. Alright, boom, first point. Be as fat as you need to fucking be to perform good. And, what I mean by that is, if you perform your best at 95 kilos and you're decently in shape, do it. Hover around there. Go as fucking high as you need to go to perform good, and that's it. You know, gain up to that, gain around that, don't go too crazy. Okay, but like, let's say you perform the best at 95, but you're 100, and performing at 100 is not going to increase your strength by that much, but it's going to make you that much fatter. Fuck that. Don't fucking sit there. Always just cut between 95 and 90 and just always bulk up and down. Because, let's face it, if you've been training for a while, you're not going to be sitting at, you're not going to go from 90 to 95 kilos jacked and lean. So, you're not going to be, just gain weight slowly, hover around there. Hover around where you best perform at. Doesn't matter how fat you are. Well, it does kind of matter how fat you are if it's affecting your life, but that's it. So where you're functionally the best, okay? Second point is, some people fucking can't handle that. I.e. me. I performed probably like 2% better than I performed 2 kilos ago, and I've gained 2 kilos. And the sad fact is, I love food. I love food a lot. I love eating. I'm one of them fucked up cunts who like to work out and think about food and shit. Hashtag work out to eat. Follow that motherfucker on Instagram. Shout outs to Tony. But, you know what I mean? Food is a big part of my life. So I like eating. So I'm kind of fatter than I need to be, functionally wise, but I'm happy. And I'm motivated. I'm always motivated. I'm always doing my thing. But, I feel good. I always want to train regardless of the circumstance. If I sleep 2 hours, 1 hour, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever, I always want to train. So I'm happy where I am. So if you're one of them, if you're like me, if you love eating and that calls for you being, 2-3 kilos heavier than you have to be to be able to perform good and like look pretty fucking dope and, still put on muscle, do it. Who cares? Whatever makes you happy. I don't advocate getting fucking hell obese, but this is a good point. Birdo fucking told me something once, and it was smart. He said, if you were naturally skinny, if you were naturally skinny and had veins in your abs and shit, like, why would you go and then get obese to the point where, like, you can't even take off your shirt and feel comfortable? But we're saying that, so that's what I'm trying to say. If you were, like, one of them skinny dudes with veins in your abs and shit, obviously you're going to be able to put on weight and, look good. So just end up looking good and, stay in decent condition. But if you're fucking... So many people just want to walk around with shredded glutes around. If you were, like, obese as a person growing up and you were still fat, regardless, you're naturally a fucking overweight person, your metabolic rate's not that good, you can't pump that much food, then there's no point in sitting with glutes all year round, because you're going to be eating, like, 100 grams of carbs, and you're going to be miserable, and you're going to enjoy your life, so fuck that. Fuck that. Just look good enough to where you can take your shirt off and feel comfortable and look better than you did when you started. See, I'm fat as fuck, but I'm not as fat as when I started. And, I'm not as fat as I've previously been on bulks. And I haven't bulked for fucking 12 months straight up. And I've only put on, 10 pounds in a year. 10 pounds, 11 pounds. 10, 11, 12, maybe even 12 pounds. Which is fuck all, man. Fuck all. Probably 12 pounds in a fucking year. That's fuck all. That is fuck all, man. Some people put that on in like 2 weeks. And... I'm happy with myself. People are going to say you made no gains doing that. I don't give a fuck what people say. I'm the happiest I've been. I'm eating the most I've eaten. I'm less food focused than ever before. And I'm just enjoying life. So, point of the story is, only get as fat as you need to get for you to be happy and perform good. Alright? As far as dealing with people, man, fuck what people think. Like I said in the other video, no one gives a fuck about you. And people want to see you crash. And just as much as people want to see you crash and burn and fall and fail, people want to see you get fat because society deems fat as being failure. Fucking fat people can get as upset as they want, but you're always being judged for being fat. Everyone knows that. Everyone judges the fat guy. So people want to see you get fat. People, so just don't listen to anyone's opinion, man. Except for your mum, but she's always right. If your mum tells you you're too fat, you're probably too fucking fat because she's the last person that's going to want to tell you you're fat. So if your mum's saying, bro, you're probably a bit too much fat, like fat, you know, you're probably too fat, cut, alright? Alright, cut, that's it. That's 5 minutes, bam, there, done. G-up of the day, like I said before, only probably cranked about 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep last night, and I'm a shit sleeper too. I'm always up, taking pisses, walking around, you know, thinking. I'm a hyper thinker, man. I'm always thinking. I'm always G'd up. And, you know, I had about 2 minutes in the morning where I was kind of sad, and, you know, after about 2 minutes, I'm usually out of my sadness every time something like that happens, because the situation called for me to be sad. So, you know, sometimes I like to be sad for a minute, you know. I give myself, you know, it's like crying. Sometimes you just need to cry, man. I've cried so many times in my life, it's fucked up. And, you know what I mean? If I want to cry, I'm going to cry. So this morning, I didn't feel like crying, but I was sad. You know, I felt sorry for myself for about a minute. But as soon as the minute, 2 minutes was over, I snapped out of it, man. And I said, you know what I mean? Days like this be happy for your situation, man. Days like this build character. Days like this make you a better person. And I always just remind myself, man, the universe doesn't owe me shit. The world doesn't owe me shit. Like, you know, people don't owe me shit. I don't, like, if I'm unhappy, no one, I don't deserve to be happy. You know what I mean? Like, the world doesn't owe me my happiness. You know, you don't just deserve to be happy straight out. You have to earn your happiness. You have to develop your happiness. You have to grow. You have to grow as a person to be happy. Okay? Don't be a humdrum, because they're never going to be happy. You know what I mean? So I always tell myself that. Apart from your mum, you know, apart from my mum and my sister, no one gives a fuck about me. I don't really give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? My friends care about me, but not as much as them two do. And my grandma. So, you know, I just told myself, I was just like, you know, you have to earn your happiness, man. You have to work for your happiness. You have to develop your happiness. And I've gotten, you know, I thank God every night, man. When I can't, that, you know, probably like last year, you know, was like the worst year of my life. It flat out was the worst year of my life, you know. I wanted to noose it like 4 times. That's 100% given. Like, I fucking felt like literally the devil was at my doorstep. And thank God. But I thank God it happened, man. You know, I thank God that shit happened. The sleep happened, man. Because, and can't gonna say that never happened, man. But trust me, it fucking happened, man. Trust me, it happened. Shout outs to Eric, man. Semi-psychologist on me. I used to send this motherfucker like 1,200 word essays per week just about how fucked up shit was getting. But even then, man, with the help of him, I got upset about it, but I always was trying to get better. I was just searching for something else. I'm just getting better, trying to get better, trying to be happy. And he was like, the same, man. He was like, dude, you know, you're not just happy straight out. You have to fucking work on your happiness, practice it. And I practiced like a skill. I'm telling you, I've stood in front of the mirror crying and smiled and said, I'm happy. You know, how fucked up is that? Standing in front of the mirror crying, feeling like you're about to noose it, saying you're a happy guy, you're happy. And people going to comment and say that's talking shit, but no, I don't know any motherfuckers who would sit in front of a camera and tell people that. That's like, you know, tell people that, or just, you know, have the balls to say that in front of a camera and put it on YouTube and fucking, that's it. So I'm fucking pray to God that did that to me, because it taught me that lesson that happiness is earned and developed and you have to practice for it. Because I thought I was happy when I realized I wasn't happy, just like I wasn't happy all the time. It fucked with me so hard that that's what it led to, man. Shit like that. But then when I said, you know what, the world doesn't owe me fuck all. No one owes me fuck all. I have to earn my happiness. I have to develop. I don't even ask for sympathy from my fucking mum, man. I don't even tell her for ages, man. Until, like, it just crashed and burned and I had to. But, do you know what I mean? So you have to develop it. You have to work for it fucking really hard. And it's gone to the point now that, like, you could literally chop off both my arms, my legs, tell me I'm never going to lift a day in my life. And, you know, I could have no friends. I could sit inside my... Obviously, I'd be upset, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. I could sit in a fucking chair all day. And as long as I had my mum, my sister, my grandma, I'd be happy. And like, literally, I'd be happy. Just flat out, I'd be happy. I could have no house, no money, nothing, and be happy. Because I put myself in situations, and I've been in situations, you know, forced into a situation, not that I wanted to be there, but I thank God I was there, where I had to literally climb my way out of just a pit. And once you only can, you know, be sad for so long until you say, man, I've got to get out of this fucking hole. Otherwise, the next step is, you know, it's over. This is what I told someone this, and it's the biggest mindfuck, man. The scariest thing you can, like, you know, I like to think that, like, now, I'm not scared of anyone, I'm not scared of anything, and that will sound hell cocky, but once you realise this, last year taught me that the scariest thing in the world is being scared of yourself. Now, I know I'm going a bit off topic, but let that sink in. The scariest thing in the world the scariest situation you can be in the world, like, you know what I mean, is where you're scared of yourself, where you're living 24/7, scared of your own brain. That's how far you've gotten lost, man. That's where I was, man. I was scared of myself. You know what I mean? I'd be thinking shit and be shaking and being like, no fucking way. Like, what the fuck? As if I'm thinking this. And I just got into this pit of sadness and self, like, this is so unfair. As if this is happening to me. I'm psychotic. Like, my life's over. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm making no gains. No, way worse than that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna noose it, shit like that. But then as soon as I started telling myself, like, fuck you, Abdullah. You don't deserve shit. The reason you're sad is because you're meant to be sad. The reason you're not happy is because you're not meant to be happy. You have to work for it. You have to earn it, man. You have to... And then when I started taking my situation as blessing, saying, you know what I mean? I thrived in the sleepless environment. I thrive in it now. I kind of like not sleeping sometimes because it makes me feel like I'm alive. I feel G'd up on it. I'm so G'd up right now. I'm so fucking... Look, I'm G'd up. Cunt's gonna be like, you're smoking gear. I'm so G'd up. So, I know I've rambled on a bit and talked a lot of shit. But the point of that whole G up bit is never expect something for nothing. You know how there's no such thing as a free lunch? Someone else has to pay for it down the line? Same thing. There's no such thing as being happy for nothing. You don't become successful for nothing. You don't become happy for nothing. And cunt's going to say you're not successful, you're not that. Fuck you. Fuck you. I roll into the doctor, I want to point at that motherfucker out and say, I'm the champ. You're going to have more money than I'll ever have. But you know what? I'm fucking 19, I've probably lived 1 year of my life and I'm happier than you'll ever fucking be. The year I couldn't sleep was the only year my life counted and the only year that I was alive. And I feel like I've lived a fucking eternity and I'm so excited to live another fucking X amount of years, I don't even give a fuck if I die tomorrow. I feel like I've lived enough. I feel like I've lived a good, decent life where I've built enough character that, I just feel like a good person now and I could talk about this shit all day, man. I just feel like a strong fucking adult, mature in the head. I can talk about I need to get my own podcast on this shit, motherfuckers. I need to get my own podcast because I got so much shit to talk about. I feel like a 40-year-old man. Like, sometimes I give my fucking own dad advice on life. Because, you know what I mean? People can live 50 years and never live a day in their life. I've fucking lived. Today I lived the most because I slept the least and I was in the hardest situation. I live today, man. I live today. That's what I'm trying to say. Nothing's for free. Earn everything you fucking are. Earn your happiness. Earn your success. Earn the fucking right to live, motherfuckers. That's what I'm talking about. Peace. Shout out to that Sam cunt. Question of the day, done, dusted. G up of the day, done, dusted. See you tomorrow. Workout video coming soon. Plus, if you're in Australia, shout out to like this video because I'm trying to do big things, man, and I'm the cunt that's going to do it. Put your support in me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to make money, but put your support in my hands, and I guarantee you everything you cunts want, you're going to get. The people you want to see, you're going to see. The things you want to do, you're going to do. Because I will fucking write a check out and say, we're doing it, man, we're doing it. Because I'm trying to make natural bodybuilding big. And I'm not trying to come out with pre-workout, but I'm trying, I'm not coming out with a pre-workout trying to sell you shit. But fuck that cunt. But I'm trying to fucking, I'm trying to help people out, man. That's the passion, man. You know what I mean? Just trust me in that sense that show your support and it's going to fucking pay dividends. Peace.